Oh no, no, not into the water, it'll dismount me. No! Welcome. This is the day 8 of my Ark hardcore attempt on the island. Last day we've gotten ourselves an argentavis named Aquila, and if you've been following the series so far, you probably know what will follow. Leveling this guy up. So we are setting out on an adventure, which might or might not be rather calm, depending on what we encounter, of course. Still, tag along if you want to discover locations of some explorer notes along with me. We'll be heading towards the Redwoods area, since that was one place I strayed away from initially while exploring an Pteranodon. We just need to be careful about those Thylacoleos. Them being able to get you off a flyer even very high up in the sky is an absolutely terrifying ability. Still, I shall probably speed up the flight to the destination through already explored places, lest something unusual happens. And I forgot to take my raptor along for some overground exploration. See ya in a minute! And what do I see here? A beaver dam. This is certainly a treasure. I cannot understate just how many uses cementing paste that can be found in those has. Only there are also 2 beavers, and in my Ark history I died to those angry rodents way too many times, if they ever managed to push me away from my flyer. I don't want to risk that here, though I also don't want to kill them, as that make it so their dams don't respawn. Making cementing paste by hand is like trying to cover a large distance on a slow RG. Very slow process. And therefore let's yoink this beaver away from here. Probably better for the beaver too. I saw that raptor. Let's see, I want to drop it a decent distance from nearby predators, including that one over there. That raptor looked pretty cool though. If I could see its gender and level, perhaps I could capture it as mate for a ruby, if it's female of course. A line of good, even mutated raptors could be a fun side project as long as it wouldn't consume my playthrough. That was rude, and I probably should collect chitin out of all of them, but I don't really see them. There's one. I can't be bothered looking for the rest. Let's just go and grab the second beaver before it gets eaten by something. R swims away. Oh, this ain't ideal. I can't pick it up in the water. And still it'll probably ambush me before I can clear the dam empty. Should I try anyways? I did used to say no risk, no fun. But who am I kidding? That only applied to day 1. Maybe day 2. Yoink! It would not be fun to die now to a stupid risk. So, as fun as it would be for you to watch, I am not getting myself into a perfectly avoidable situation here. I'm gonna drop that beaver along with the other and this time around extract the dam's contents safely. Actually, let me just take a look at that raptor. Look at it go, trying to get to me. Wait, is it actually? Ouch! Okay, I'm leaving. Oh, who am I kidding again? I am not. I want that raptor. Let me just see if it can stop chasing me. Okay, it looks like it lost interest. Let's just land further there and ready Ebola. It doesn't seem like there'll be any problems timing it on food. The earlier sky survey showed no other predators in proximity. But I still gotta act with caution. It is still hardcore. Hey, why are you aggroing on my RG, you pesky? How did that miss? Okay, I don't wanna risk this lad taking damage. Let's try landing him somewhere else. Oh, okay, the raptor aggroed on the turtle. That's alright. Let's just park and then wait until the turtle's dead. And that'll give me time to sneak up on it. Don't mind me just speeding this up because it's boring. Those turtles have way too much health. Wait, did that turtle just straight up murder a raptor? Welp, that's a disappointment. And it was a low level. Turtles can't really hit for much, can they? I'm almost tempted to finish him off, but it would be a waste of time, would it? I'm still not entirely giving up on the idea of getting another raptor. There is more around here, but perhaps I should wait for more opportune timing. I could grab the alpha of this pack on an argentavis, but then what if it aggroes on something and dies again, if it's a low level? Would be wasted time. Instead of that, let's get on the program and rob this beaver dam at last. There is no more beavers in there, right? That was just 2. I'm not going to get assaulted. Gotta try. Oh, almost 4 stacks of cementing paste. I can take that. That was not bad at all. Now let's see, there's nothing coming at me, right? Okay, it's clear. Now I can glance back at the raptor pack if it's still around. Oh, there they are. I'll see if the alpha is worth my attention. Yeah, I missed that. Oh, an explorer note. Something to listen to while we're on the job.
Well, this seals it. Just when I thought I'd made some sense of the notes I took while visiting the charts, I spotted the nail in the proverbial coffin. Roos. A whole herd of giant roos were just hopping about the countryside like they'd always been there. As much as I love roos, they just shouldn't be here. Period. They evolved in Oz and Oz only. 60 million years after the dinosaurs went extinct, among a bevy of other marsupials. If I know any genius, it's this one. And Prosoptodon should not exist here. This island isn't an ecosystem. It's a zoo.
Because seeing mammoths and dinosaurs in the same era wasn't enough proof? Though I guess it's hard to blame Helena for being confused. Wasn't there like a whole Ice Age movie on leftover pocket of dinosaur ecosystem hidden away in the Ice Age? Anyways, we got a raptor and it's on the turtle again, isn't it? Do I even wait around for it? Or do I give up? What do I even do with this? So I decided to wait around for a little bit too long before giving up. Anyways, I don't have patience for those raptors. Let's just see what else I can find here without necessarily going to the microraptor infested side. See you when we find something interesting. Well, I don't know how interesting this is to you, but those elks have some pretty nice hides for cold days. I'm so glad to see them on the safe side of the river. It will just take a while to finish this one off. At least my RG will get some more XP off of that. But if you're not aware, RGs are terrible at fur, so I'd rather harvest it manually. And to do that, I'd rather get rid of the students first. And oh my, is there a lot of them? Where did you all come from? And how much HP do you have? Die! Die already! Okay, you don't. I'm going to run out of stamina here. Okay, one dead, but this is a lost cause. Let me just get away from... The carcass is yours, okay? I just gotta rest. Oh great, now Terrorbird joined the party. Leave me alone, you can't climb here. Wait, what? Okay, that's it, I'm leaving. I'm done. This place is pure nonsense. Leave me alone. Great, now I'm out of stamina again. And right in front of a berry, why not? Okay, don't panic. Oh come on, not ants! Bruh, they literally just spawned. Leave me alone. Now I can't even lift. And Trudons are back too. Oh no, no, not into the water, it'll dismount me. No! How? How did I have stamina? But I am grateful. Let's get away from here. And out of stam again, are we? Okay, let's just hope it doesn't... It's far away. Looks like it's far enough away. Okay, we can rest. Nothing else gonna ambush us, right? Right? Okay. And here I thought keeping to this side of the river would keep me out of trouble. I definitely need to give this RG more firepower to be doing stuff like this. You see that? We almost died there. And I don't even know how we didn't die. How could it regen stamina under attack like this? Regardless though, I guess I won't complain about luck. Let's see what else we can get without getting in the scuffles with predators this time. Psst. If you don't want to vibe to music for a minute, skip to the next chapter for finding an explorer note. It took me a bit. Okay, there is a note.
Of all the abnormalities that I've observed, the tamed megalodons stick out to me. It was almost like they were stray dogs who were re-socialized, as though they had a genetic history of human obedience. Most of my observations have been in the wild, but I think I may learn a thing or two if I observe domesticated creatures more closely. I need to study their diets, their mating patterns, how they socialize with other species, all of them. Rumor has it that there's some woman that's tamed a whole mess of them, all by herself. So many that they call her the Beast Queen of the jungle. Maybe she'll have some useful insights.
Okay, so this is right before Helena and Mei Ling meet up. You know, in that note from earlier. Now, there should be another note close by, you know, near the central cave. Or on the other mountain. But shouldn't the central cave be somewhere around here? I can't really locate it. But it was here, on like a plains near the volcano. It couldn't have just disappeared. Perhaps I'll just go and put up more vibe music as I'm looking for it if it'll take too long. You know what? I'm giving up on Central Cave. Let's just grab this one on the mountain.
Found along the island's many inland waterways, Lutra peloso have become exceptionally adept at hunting and foraging. This species of otter has to be particularly cunning because of its diminutive size and fierce competition.
Yeah,
for its
okay, there's a
preferred food
giga.
source.
Noted.
Fish. It is not a creature that excels at combat and would not naturally pose as an intimidating threat to any predators. Finding packs of river otters is simple enough. They are distinguished by their elongated bodies, bushy tails, and webbed feet. Their trusting and inquisitive nature ensures they are often hunted for their lustrous fur, but many prefer to tame them to become trusted companions. There are few creatures which provide the companionship that Lutra peloso has. Rather than traveling beside you, it would prefer to comfortably rest on your back, providing insulation. Once domesticated, it can be told to harvest fish on demand, with a specific goal in mind from the fish that it consumes. The otter has a knack for foraging silica pearls, and can even yield a slight chance at finding black pearls within.
So this was the otter dossier. And in this direction I'm pretty sure I'm gonna find some more notes. There's a hidden lake, right? And where that purple supply drop is, I vaguely remember there being a ruin too. So that's where I'll be heading. I wish this RG was faster, honestly, but with this low starting level, there are things to prioritize over speed. And it looks like it's a ring drop. I'm actually curious what it'll contain. Just hope there's no mean stuff around it. Okay, area clear, let's see. Ooh, nice. That should assure my Pteranodon doesn't easily die if I'll ever have to use him as RG bait again. Hopefully not though. And the gun is always welcome, especially Ascendant one. Yoink a note.
I keep glancing at the artifact.
Yeah, stupid end.
Since it has no apparent use, all it does is remind him of the tribesmen who died seizing it from that giant spider. Can it really be useless though? They describe the artifacts that activated the obelisks as looking similar to it, so I headed to the nearest obelisk to see if I could get a response. No luck. Maybe it activates something else. Of course, the platform in the cave. It's a long shot, but it's the only thing I can think of that's similar to the obelisks. Definitely worth a try.
It's a real shame you can't discover those in more chronological order. But I guess that's a flaw of open world design. Can't easily fit a story into it. Especially if you don't resort to having NPCs around that trigger different responses dependent on the story points you've already hit before and which ones you haven't yet. Come to think of it, that's an interesting idea for a game. Though I don't know if NPCs scattered through the world would really work in survival sandbox. Maybe, but it could also take people out of the immersion, especially in multiplayer where players could camp out or secure the areas with story NPCs. For a game like Ark, I think the notes work decent. Also, look at me just circling around, not being able to find the one note that's in there. How did I end up being so blind while playing this? Okay, I think I'm about to get it now. There we go.
Miss Walker's impromptu visits are always an unexpected pleasure. After that headache with the sharks and Blackfoots, a lively tea-time discussion about the abnormalities of the Ark's ecosystem was precisely what I needed. Thank goodness I've managed to find an intellectual colleague that shares my love for the sciences. It saddens me to think that Miss Walker's charming colonial accent would keep her out of the more prestigious institutions and societies back home. another of the Ark's wonders. It is a true meritocracy, unlike any in the modern world. If Miss Walker and I could find and cultivate more minds like ourselves, we could create a true scientific utopia.
It is definitely interesting to hear in this one how Rockwell, before he found the element, although he's still being slightly sociopathic, was somewhat of an idealist. It makes me a bit sad that in Ark, the TV show, they made him out to be a sexist, while in this note he clearly expresses joy about there being no arbitrary barriers to entry into sciences. They did his character a great injustice. Let me just grab this dam and hope beavers aren't home, and hope the tremors are only the trike. Okay, all good, let's get out of here. To continue on the thought, perhaps character assassination on fictional people is a worthy topic for our next ramble. After all, I feel like it's a somewhat common complaint about modern media, changing characters in stories that are already known and loved, instead of creating new stories with new characters. Making Rockwell into a villain from the beginning, for example, I think takes away from the complexity of the story. Instead of dropping hints about him being susceptible to moral collapse slowly through the aspects of him that were actually present in the source material. But that's something for another day. As the sun sets on day 8 of Ark Hardcore, I will be wrapping up this episode shortly. So if you enjoyed it, give it a like and drop a subscription if you want to see how long I can survive like this. See you in the nighttime ramble. Bye!
The fact that this creature exists is enough to give me nightmares. Like the island's other arthropods, Arthropleura felsanguis has become much larger than I might have believed possible. It's a very aggressive hunter, but prefers to eat meat after it has rotted for some time, and will voraciously seek out such delicacies. Arthropleura's blood has a very low pH, to the point that it can dissolve many materials. This acidic blood splashes back on anything that directly attacks it, weakening the durability of weapons and hurting attackers. Many creatures thusly refuse to prey on Arthropleura, fearing this unique defense. If that wasn't enough, Arthropleura also keeps a small reservoir of blood ready to spit at its prey. Like most of the arthropods on the island, Arthropleura is simple-minded and relatively easy to tame. It is an almost entirely military mod, useful mostly for attacking at a distance. Thanks to its unique defenses, whether hunting or warring, Arthropleura is generally safe from all but the largest of creatures.